Hola, buenos días. Soy Nico.
You couldn't give me $1,000,000 to put some out like that. I don't care. Where's your integrity? Where your morals? Where your values as a woman and as a mother? Where are they?
And today, Nico, long story short, I ordered a new pair of glasses. I put paper towel right here because my glasses broke and they're stabbing into my nose, leaving a bruise. So until my new glasses get here, expect me to look a little janky. Nico, I'm doing my best. But today, we are here to talk about something fairly interesting. It's going to be surrounding a G4P performer who is called Mr.Exotic and his heartfelt speech that he brought to social media. Nico, as you can tell by my tone, I do understand where he's coming from, but I'm not necessarily moved by it. Now, before we get started on the actual tea, if you like this kind of content, make sure to follow me on patreon.com/Nicosaesthetics for more exclusive lives, weekly videos, and be a part of the live streams where we have multifaceted panel conversations. This week, we're going to be talking about who would you want to see come out of retirement in adult cinematography? But I'm announcing this topic even though when this video is posted, it would have happened yesterday. Point is, we have a good time. Now, let's get on to the actual story. Today, Mr.Exotic came out to discuss how he has made so much money. He has gotten so many opportunities. He has more fame than he knows what to do with. But at the end of the day, he's worried that he didn't make his mama proud and that he didn't make his friends proud and that will he ever be able to find love and have a family and find a wife that loves him for him? Meanwhile, shirt is unbuttoned, ass poking through, basically a thirst trap cry for help. And I was feeling sorry for him until he was like, you don't understand how much disappointment I felt to myself, to the point that I couldn't reply to my fans and I couldn't send out content that people paid for. And I just felt so guilty about letting my mom down that when y'all would message me about being scammed, I just couldn't reply. It's not that I didn't want to. It's because I couldn't. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, I'm gonna play the video. And then I'll get on to my own opinion.
My whole life, all I wanted to be was enough. I went to university and I studied the way I did to prove to my mom that I was enough. I've worked tirelessly for 3 years to leave my job in the city to prove to people that I am enough for myself. It feels like Onlyfans has just completely destroyed that image. And I came to the realization that money's important, of course it's important, but your happiness and your eternal peace is so much more important. I've made all of this money and I've made all of this fame, but at what cost? Is my mom proud of me? Are my friends proud of me? Will I ever be loved? Will I ever start a family? Will I ever have children of my own that they can look up to and say, that's my dad, that's my father, I'm so proud of him? And I just allowed these negative thoughts to consume me and I just wanted to run away. I couldn't reply to your messages, I couldn't reply to anything. It wasn't out of disrespect, I wasn't trying to con anyone, I wasn't trying to shortchange anyone. If I promised you a video and I didn't deliver, it was because I was in such a bad mental state. I just didn't even want to be here anymore. I just wanted to pack up and leave. What's the point of being in this world where people don't take you seriously? But recently, I just, the more I searched, the more I understood that, you know what, Jules? Yes, a lot of people might never take you seriously and they might think you're one thing, an online prostitute, the endless terms that they refer to me as, but I've got a multitude of people who do care for me. And with every passing day that I don't post or I don't reply to messages, I was only irritating you even more and more and more. And then in the end, I was left without my fans, without my family, and without my friends. Pray to God no one ever has to feel what I felt these last couple of months. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the same thing I did 3 years ago when I got left and released from my job in the city. And they said to me, we don't need you anymore. And I cried just as I'm crying today. And I said, I will make it by any means. And here I am standing before you today. So I've done it once, I'll do it again.
So at first, I was with him because I've also felt reprieve. It happened once. I raised two fingers. It happened once. And it was basically like months after I started OnlyFans. And then I felt bad because I come from a very well-respected family from where I'm from. So I always felt like I was the one that dropped the ball, but it never stopped me from producing the content that people paid for, that pays my rent. It never stopped me to the point that I was scamming people. I'd say the closest scenario I've gotten in that was when my Fat Rabbit Killer collab got taken down from my OnlyFans because of the poppers in the video. So I made a post on my OnlyFans basically explaining, hey, I logged in and the video was taken down and I got flagged, so I can't post it because it's going to affect my entire platform. And somebody basically went off on me in DM saying, I subscribed for this singular collab and the fact that you didn't post it, and it blocked me before I could reply. But at the end of the day, I'm not losing my entire platform over a singular collab that I was the one that had to go through hell to make. So in that particular situation, that was the only time someone has went off on me for not quote unquote posting content, but it was because it literally got taken down by OnlyFans. I couldn't do anything about it. But in this situation, you blaming the fact that you feel like you let your mom down, that you let your friends down, that you feel like because you lost your job 3 years ago and had to start OnlyFans, it became wildly successful and wildly wealthy, that the social stigma of sex work has caused you so much mental harm that you were not able to actually provide the content that you promised. I call shenanigans. I feel like it's one of those situations where a very popular creator was finally getting like a bad name for scamming people, especially because he is gay for pay. So I wanted to add that in because I don't know the struggles of a gay for pay performer. Maybe it does affect their personal life because, to my knowledge, he's gay for pay in the way of taking unclothed pictures of his booty hole. Nico, it's not like he's actually interacting with men. If anything, I think I've seen him having super happy adult fun time with women. But still, sex work in general, adult entertainment, it is frowned upon by most societies. So I'm not going to take that from him. But when it comes down to, I couldn't reply for months and I didn't post the content that I promised for months, but I was still marketing, because if you did not know, he was still posting pictures promoting his OnlyFans, even though he was not uploading the said content. That's why I'm like, you're promoting the platform, but you're just not putting it out. Me, for example, if you log on to my Twitters, unless I have a film coming out, I don't post on my OnlyFans Twitter. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, let me post a nude, let me do some marketing. I have no purpose in interacting with that platform if I'm not putting out new content for the people that want it. Yes, I post on my OnlyFans. Yes, I release videos that I marketed, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to continue marketing to a platform that does not have a solid base of content going into it. That's why I personally do not feel sorry for him. I feel like it's one of those situations where your feelings are valid because everyone goes through a portion in their life, sex worker or not, where they basically feel like they haven't done enough with their life. They feel like they haven't accomplished enough. They're worried about making their parents proud, making their family proud. Because I was worried about that before I even started OnlyFans. For example, I did not feel secure in what I was doing until my mom said she was proud of me with how far I've come with my YouTube channel, for example. So in this particular situation, once again, I understand where he's coming from, but I feel like that's a blanket shield over the discussions of you scamming people. But I want to hear your opinions down below. Now that you've seen the video of his heartfelt, emotional journey, even though not a singular tear was shed, but he was definitely making it sound like he was crying, how do you feel about him as a gay for pay content creator, basically being called out for not replying to messages, for not posting the content that was promised, for not sending people the content that they already paid for, and saying it was because of his own emotional turmoil from starting OnlyFans and feeling like he let the people down in his life, even though he was still marketing said OnlyFans that he was not engaging with? I definitely want to hear your opinions down below, and I will see you guys next time. Boop. And now for a brief yet sincere shout out to this week's third eye tier subscribers, Trey S and Titus K. Your continued support is greatly appreciated, and thank you once again to everyone who supports the channel. In this week's live stream discussion will be only scams, content creators that continuously promise and or promote content that never seems to come out. If that sounds interesting to you, definitely tune in.